question about the vocabulary, or it was pretty clear? The vocabulary that we of the game. No, it was easy. Okay. So okay, we have past modals and phrasal modals of obligation. Did you see this topic before, right, in the previous classes, or don't you remember? Yes. Yes. Okay, we can. And in B1. In B1. Okay. But in this part, for example, in the A class, class number A, okay, past modals and phrasal modals of obligation. Yes, we have should have, was supposed to, had to, and needed to. All describe obligations in the past, although they have slightly different uses. Is it clear, this one? For example, we have over here, okay, did you remember what is a past? A model, right? A model. What is a model? For example, okay, don't worry, don't worry. A model is, for example, should I have, or can you lend me this pen, or could you talk me something? Can you tell me? Would you mind borrowing me? All these expressions that are about asking for something or give suggestions. For example, if you say someone else, should I go to the concert? Should I go? This should is a model. It's to ask for advice. Do you know what is an advice? An advice. And consejo, right? Ask for an advice. So we have over here have to. Did you remember most? What is most about? What is the meaning of most? It's more like an obligation. Yes. For example, can you give me an example? For the class, you must. Okay. How do you say traer? Bring your book. Bring your book. Exactly. That's an obligation, a must, something you have to do, right? Okay, but this sentence was in present, or was like in present. Yes, you say you must bring. Bring, the main verb was in present. But what they are talking about over here is about past. Using this like must, but in the past. So, we have like levels or obligation, niveles, strong. For example, you said that most is the most, right? The obligation, right? For example, if your mom says you must come back earlier. You know what is the meaning of that? It's like you tienes, you have to. It's an obligation, right? But what is the thing about past? When in the past we don't use must, right? That's the first thing. In the past we don't use must to talk about a strong obligation. That's the thing that says over here. Note that must is not used in the past. Any questions about this, you want? For example, in this case, we can say my parents had to go to school on Saturdays. What is the meaning of this? Remember, had is the past of what verb? In Spanish? No, no. What is the verb exactly? This is the past form of what verb? Did you remember? What? What is the verb? Have. Exactly. Let me open here. Open this because this is not working. Okay. We have. Okay. This is like the verb. Okay. Have. Have is the present form, and had is the past. So, as we are talking about past, we don't use must, but the strongest form or way to say something is an obligation is using had, right? For example, can you both past, but something that was an obligation, right? Using had to. In your case, Yvonne. In the past, you just need to use had to. Okay. For example, when you remember something about high school, you know what is high school? When you were in high school, tell me one thing was an obligation. This is not working. Okay. Okay, okay, perfect. You at that moment you had a dressing code. Do you know what is a dress code? Dress code. Exactly. Every day in high school you can use this. Can you repeat please? Okay, exactly. Had to, right? And what about you, Maria, right? Okay, using had to.